So I have just spoken, oh no, I won't say so. We have come to the Kennet and Avon Canal, and not just any part of the canal. We've come to Devizes. Devizes is a sleepy market town, really quite a pretty one. And this morning, the market is on. So we've just spent some time in the market. I made a purchase. I bought some gloves. I can never resist a bargain. We also had a stroll round and we stopped for a cup of tea. But now we're going to go and find out why Devizes is worth visiting. And it's something which is just down that way along the canal. So I shall let Mabel off and we shall begin. If you want to come along with us, it would be lovely to have your company. Come on, Mabel. Let's go! Come on, monkey. The reason we're here is just up ahead, just round the corner. Just round the corner you can see the first of a series of locks. The is it Caen Hill or Caen Hill? I don't know how you pronounce it, but Caen Hill locks. They begin here. Should be nice. Come on. Mabel! Come on! Mabel! It's winter, so I have my winter coat, I have my winter gloves, and luckily we have the winter sun to keep us company. It's gorgeous. Mabel! You know what's really nice about these bridges is you can walk across the locks, but more importantly, you get to look at the brickwork. There is this gorgeous brick curve in the ground. I presume they've all got them. Fantastic. But I do get a bit nervous because Mabel doesn't pay enough attention on bridges or edges. So be careful, Mabel, okay? I have just spoken to a very friendly lady with a very friendly dog, and she tells me it is pronounced Caen Hill. So we are at the Caen Hill lock ladder, I guess. Now the thing is, I don't do research, so I don't know how many locks there are at Caen Hill. I don't know the height difference between the bottom lock and the top lock. All I do know is that it's really nice to wander up and down. I've wandered up and down here, I've cycled up and down here, because this canal goes all the way to the west. If you follow it that way, it goes all the way to where I live in Bristol, and if you go all the way that way, it goes to London, it goes to the Thames, which takes you to London. And I often cycle that. It takes a couple of days, but it's a really nice cycle. So I've cycled past here, and I've always enjoyed it. So let's see if today will deliver nice results for us. Mabel, come away from there, you'll fall in. Hey, Mabel. Come on. The good news, there's a cafe here at the top of the locks, and it's open until 4 o'clock. So we've got time to do the rest of our walk and then come to the cafe. Perfect. Mabel, come on. This thing in front of me that looks like a little lake is in fact, what's it called? A pound, that's it. It's not a pond, it's a pound, and it's to keep the water levels in the lock sort of even. So every lock has got an enormous pound next to it like this, and it's really nice to walk around. It's also very good for insects and birds and willow trees. Oh, actually I might have to go and sit under that willow tree. Mabel. It doesn't look like much, it's just a few fields with like white poles sticking up. But this is the diamond Jubilee wood. And what I love about it is that I read somewhere, a wise man or woman plants trees that they will never rest under the shade of. Isn't that nice? So someone has planted a tree so that my grandkids or great-grandkids or your great-grandkids can enjoy a lovely wood. I think that's really nice. Come on, Mabel. The leaves are gorgeous on the trees, and they're also gorgeous on the ground. But my favourite bit is the long winter shadows. Watch this. Mabel, come over here. Ta-da! Here we are at the bottom of the ladder of locks. Actually not quite the bottom. I just looked through that bridge, that little hole, that little arch, and there's one more lock to go. So anyway, pretty close to the bottom. So we're going to turn round and enjoy a nice stroll back up. We've turned round and we've realised we're running out of light. So we're now going to have to hot-foot it back to the cafe before they close up. Hope we get there. Come on, Mabel. Imagine the bloke who turned up one day at the Canal office and said, I've got a great idea. There's a hill just before Devizes. I'm going to build a ladder of like 20 or 30 locks. It's madness. And yet it looks so nice. And apparently it works really well. We just met a lovely couple who said on a good day, you can come down all these locks in 2.5 hours. But strangely, going up the locks takes 5.5 hours. Actually, I've just been told I got that wrong. It's 2.5 hours to go up the locks, because overnight they leave them empty. So if you go in the morning, it's quite quick to go up. But if you want to come down, it takes 5.5 hours. Is that right? Yes, hopefully that's right. Either way, very nice. Come on, Mabel, let's get to the cafe. I've just thought of a new hobby. I saw a bloke over there with an enormous camera, obviously a bird watcher. So I thought, what's he looking at? So I looked at where his camera was pointing, and there's a heron. So there you go. I don't watch birds anymore, I watch bird watchers. Fascinating. Come on, Mabel, hurry up. So we're back at the top of the locks. The sign in the door says the cafe is open. Now all we've got to do is go and get a cup of tea and maybe a bun. We've just had, hi darling, we've just had baked potato and beans, very nice, perfect way to end. Or so I thought. As we walked back up here to the car, we just saw a kingfisher. I don't know if we've caught it on camera, but we saw a kingfisher. It was very, very nice. And most exciting of all, we now get to go home and spend time with our brand new puppy, which is called Rufus. So Mabel, should we go and see Rufus? Shall we go and see Rufus? Oh, Mabel doesn't seem that excited, but she will be when we get home. Come on then, darling. Ready? Let's go!